there, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do some test cuts of the 3 different types of ways to prepare your applique. This one we used heat and bond light. I just did a video on this and I'll link it below. And this one we use heat and bond light. Okay. And then on this one, we used the iron-on fabric applique contact sheet that came with my ScanNCut. I haven't cut fabric with my ScanNCut yet for some reason. I'm intimidated, even though it's the reason I bought the machine. So it looks exactly the same and feels exactly the same as the heat and bond light. Okay. So that's those 2. And this one doesn't have any type of stabilizer on it. It's just a plain piece of cotton fabric in between 2 pieces of plastic coated freezer paper. Okay, this is the paper side on the outside and the plastic is on the inside and it melts to the fabric. Once we have it cut, we'll be able to remove it from this sandwich. And there shouldn't be any glue on your fabric at all. Okay, so these ones both have permanent glue on the back, which stabilizes it and helps you do applique. And also it temporarily adheres to your material with an iron if you want to, so that you can place things better, but it's temporary, okay? And then this one has heat and bond light. So these 2 are essentially the same thing. They're a little bit different and they look different when you're putting them on, but they're essentially the same thing. And then this is without anything, just using freezer paper. Okay, so hold on one second. We'll be right back at the machine, okay? All right, so we're over at the machine. I wanted to go ahead and show you, take your spatula, or in my case, this is just like a dish scraper from Pampered Chef. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at the dollar store. They're fantastic. So just take those and kind of press the fabric in, being gentle. Don't scrub really hard. That's gonna make your fabric fold. Just kind of push it in there. And same with this one. Just kind of give it a push in there. And then push down on the edges a little. Okay. And then same with this. So make sure it's on the mat. Okay. My hand got stuck to the mat. And also another little tip I wanted to give you guys is usually we want to clean our mat as soon as we're done before we put our protective film over it. You want to clean it with the baby wipe. But go ahead and also, once you take the protective film off, give it a good wipe with the baby wipe again to kind of reactivate those glues. That's how I've been able to keep this one specifically so sticky. My old one is a lost cause. But this one I've been able to keep it relatively sticky, and I use my ScanNCut pretty often. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead. Let's see if we can zoom out. We can't. And there's a machine. I put white fabric over the window so it would not be such a harsh light. Hopefully that'll help with the lighting around here. Okay, let's just go right up here to that. You guys don't need to see the mat anymore. We've already done that. Okay, so we're just doing test cuts right now. We're not doing anything special. So I'll show you how to do test cuts. Let's turn on the machine. Find my stylus. Okay, that's much better. Okay, push for the home screen. It's going to say the carriage and mat will move to the initial position. What that means, if you don't know. And part of this series is going to be step-by-step instructions. So if it seems like I'm teaching you like you've never used your machine before, that's what I'm kind of trying to do. So we're going to push this button and it's going to reset everything. Okay, so don't have your mat in there. If your mat is in there, it's just going to spit it out. All right, so we're going to go into pattern. We're going to choose test cut. And let's go ahead and do circles because this is the shape I plan to cut anyways. So let's choose set, and it's going to put our circle up here. And I'm just going to kind of bring it over here so I can see it easier. And now one of the reasons why I bought my ScanNCut and the reason why I love it so much is because I don't exactly know where to put that unless I look on my mat, right? And I find exactly where it's at, you know, like if I wanted it to go 3 inches, 3.5 inches over, 3.5 inches down, all that stuff. I'm just not that good at math. So one of the things I love about this machine, and I'm not getting paid by ScanNCut, I'm just telling you why I love my machine. Although I'd love that, ScanNCut, if you're listening. Okay, so there's our little shape. We can scan in our material. Let's see. Oops. It's gonna hit the wall. Okay. Okay, so it's scanned in our material. We can see exactly where to put this test cut. And I think I want to make this test cut a little bit bigger. I think a small circle is going to be kind of hard, just from knowing the machine, but I could be wrong. But I'd rather start bigger than smaller and regret it. So let's just, and these are just scrap pieces anyways. So let's put that one there. Let's do, nope, let's just do that one for now, okay? Choose OK. OK, and then we're going to choose cut. All right, it says it's going to take it 1 minute to cut. Because, well, it says 1 minute, but what it really means is under 1 minute. And I usually have my blades set around 1 because I do a lot of cutting with contact paper and vinyl and stuff. But I think that based on the thickness of this and how this feels, I'm probably going to bump it up to just under 2, oops, and see how that goes. Okay. Oh yeah, now I remember why the test cuts are so small. Just in case the first time it doesn't work out, which this time it might not work out. Okay, so let's go back and make that little again. Sometimes you just gotta do what they say. Stop acting like you know everything. Okay, so click OK. Okay, cut. Less than a minute. And we'll choose start. I'm going to set you up down here first. So if it messes up, you can see it. Okay, finish cutting. So I don't really like having to take it off of the thing, but that's okay. So it looks like it didn't cut through at 2. So that's good to know. I was afraid that I made it that my blade was going to be too deep. Okay, I'm going to keep messing around with this and I'll be back with you guys with a final blade depth when this is sets. But always do test cuts on yours, because even though mine might say that, you know, it should be at 3 or something like that, yours might be 3 1/4 or 2 1/2, or you know what I mean. So I'm just giving you a guideline of what works for me, but always do test cuts and try things out, okay? So that's about where I would start with doing a cardstock. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys stay for one more time, but I'll be back with you whenever I have it figured out after this cut. Just thought you might like to see this one. Okay, I'm gonna also move the circle over or down just a little bit. Oh, we're getting close. Cute. Okay, let's go for this very last one. I'm gonna bump my blade up. I'm gonna bump it up to 3. Let's see how it goes. Now this is the one with Heat and Bond Light, okay? And remember, it's Heat and Bond Light. Don't use the red bag, use the purple. Okay, I thought I was going to need to do this a bunch of times, but I don't need to come back to you guys later. There it goes, it's perfect. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was so scared of doing this for so long. Perfect circles, no dragging, no sticking, no pulling, no fraying. So 3 is the magic number for that one. Let's click OK. I'm just gonna keep going through all of these. I'll keep the video on and fast forward it. That way you guys can still see everything, but you don't have to listen to me and the machine and everything. Okay, now that I know it's so easy, oops, and the ScanNCut cut's so beautiful when you use some sort of stabilizer like Heat and Bond Light or the iron-on fabric applique contact sheet. And I will include links to all of this stuff in the bottom as well as on our blog page, and I have an Amazon store. So many ways for you to find all of this stuff that you need to do this. So I'll add the freezer paper. I'm not sure if I showed this already, but this is the freezer paper I used. Okay, it's a big old hunkin' thing, so only one I can find at the store. I'm pretty sure you can find it anywhere. And then Heat and Bond Light. Heat and Bond Light is inexpensive and you can find it everywhere. And it cut so nicely. And my blade depth was 3. And I'm excited to do more applique now. Woohoo! Alright, see you guys later.